down the street and we going in two different directions, but at one point we was at the same in circumstances. If me and you in the struggle, listen, if me and you in the struggle together, and it's an understanding that we in a struggle together, and I'm waking up every day trying to figure this shit out for us, and you waking up every day trying to figure it out for us, and then one day you figure it out and you decide that what you figured out is not enough for us, you not the real nigga. Even though I got to live in reality, don't no man owe me nothing, but you know that the fuck you just did was morally and ethically wrong. No, you don't owe me nothing financially, but morally and ethically, you the reason, not you, but people with that mentality is the reason why brotherhood and sisterhood doesn't exist at this point almost.
I feel like
we do owe each other, but the first thing we owe to each other is to understand what we on, because you never want to be with nobody that ain't on what you on. Huh? Say, slow it down, I can't hear you. It's going in and out.
I said I was now reading the top title.
Right.
I hear you though, but like at the end of the day,
I'm gonna drop you down. You back.
That's the problem. That's the problem that's going on now with niggas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on now. Like niggas feel like they obligated to be in your life, obligated to do this, that, and the third. I'm down because you call you like matter of fact, because niggas got different like everybody different when it comes to niggas and shit.
I'm gonna give you an example of what I mean by obligation, so you can understand. So you can understand my obligation when I say obligation. Me being obligated to you as a friend mean this. Right now, I'm on my certain path in life. I got friends that's not on when I'm on. I got friends that got more money than me. I got friends that got less money than me. Sometimes that determines whether or not I'm going to be around them, but it's never going to determine or not whether I'm going to be their friend. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's one thing. But then I got friends that got shit going on in life that doesn't align with what I have to go on, what I have going on in life. Because of decisions they made, I have to now be conscious of the universe, the cause and effect, the domino effect, the proximity effect. You close to something. So I have to be conscious of what's going on around me, and I have to make moves based on what I need to do is secure my own self, my own nation, my own sovereignty. I'm my own self. You feel me?
Right.
So if a motherfucker, if we on some comedy shit and this nigga on some hockey shit, if that goes against what I got going on, I'm not saying we can't be friends, but if it becomes detrimental to my life, my health, and everything I have going on, we have to get away from each other. Our friendship can't be the reason why I'm gonna be leaking.
That's crazy, because that's what I'm going through now. You know, all my friends are street niggas, and since I'm on you might as well say like a B McFly type of time, I can't sit around my homies every day. You feel me? But like you said, the obligation, we all said that we were gonna get money together in some way through whistling. So now I'm giving them jobs. So now I'm getting them in jobs, independent shit that we couldn't do because I got the chance. You feel me? But I'm still not around them because they still, how can I say, doing like this old shit we was doing. I can't be around them because it's too much to get caught, but I still bring them up with me. You feel me? Even though I'm not around them.
And so, like, having an understanding of it for me is like this, like, I'm the type of friend that if I go broke, I don't like to be around my rich friends, because even though I went broke, that doesn't mean I went dependent. That doesn't make me dependent on somebody. I went broke, so now that make me have to grind harder. So if I stay away from them, I don't feel the pressure of having to keep up with my social status quo, and I can live in my truth, and I can live in my reality without the peer pressure or expecting something from somebody. That's why I said money can determine whether or not I be around my friend, but it's never going to determine whether a person going to be my friend. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if you got $1 million and I ain't got no money, I'm not ready to be around you because I'm ready to be a handicap to you, and you ready to oppress me with this opulence.
I feel like, man, we all got to use each other, but it's a problem where we use each other. You know what I mean?
Nobody got to use nobody. We don't take advantage of the opportunity and knowing ever. Motherfuckers take advantage. I want you to take advantage of the opportunity and know me. Take advantage of the opportunity.
Shady,
nobody wants to support their homie. Nobody wants to support no rappers because everybody got a homie that rap. You feel what I'm saying? So they gonna feel like they dickies, and everybody got that mentality, bro. It's just a weird mentality out this motherfucker, bro. fuck with that shit. Like, other shit go on, bro. Like the reason why motherfuckers don't fuck with motherfuckers. Like, fuck this all doing just everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas not even like that shit, bro. Like motherfuckers putting on images, doing a bunch of weird. Got the motherfucking city like, all right, this is that. Got the motherfuckers that's really doing shit, not really looking like that. I mean, there's too much going on, bro. There's
Yeah.
too much shit going on. Like too much. Weird.
But one thing I noticed though, like I tell Mugga, when
It's
you
brothers
hot, they gotta
doing
repost
it.
it.
People on that brothers and shit. Man.
I'll tell you one thing, man. I got thick skin. I live through a lot of shit. And
They wasn't doing that.
I mean, you know how I go at people, but I've been through a lot of shit. I've been through like 4 generations of this shit when it comes to Philly. I'm 37 going on 40. So at the end of the day, it's like I really been around a long time. I know what's going on from when I was 10 years old. I knew what was going on from 10 to 20, and I knew what was going on from 20 to 30. And thus far, I knew what been going on from 30 to 37. So I know what the fuck I'm talking about in some type of sense. You feel what I'm like? I know what I'm talking about, nigga. Like you feel me? So it's just like I wanna see y'all at a point where as though y'all know who I wanna be. I wanna be the old head with the wingtips on that can get anybody a job.
Yeah.
If I can't be, if at the bare minimum, I want to be a resource to my community. That's what I'm trying to say. I want to be a resource to people that went through life just like me and didn't figure out how many options they actually had until they fucking erased 90% of them. You feel what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I didn't know all these options was available for me to live my life in such different ways until I had to go up against, and my way of thinking had to be challenged, and these other ways of thinking was presented to me in response to my way of thinking. You feel me? So before I ever got a chance to even exhaust the options that was in front of me, I've already canceled them out by doing actions that's deep as criminal or anything like that. But those fucking criminal acts was only based on my limited knowledge of what I had to do or could do to survive when I was a kid.
Real shit.
So I don't judge nobody. I don't judge no convicts. I don't judge nobody. I don't judge no prostitutes, no drug addicts. I judge a stealing ass, thieving ass nigga. Like you just a fucking weasel. You is a thief. That don't know, man.
You
You
talking about fucking weasel?
yeah, you just stealing shit, man. Get the fuck out of here.
I ain't people that lie for no reason though. Like,
Yeah, fuck out of
cut
here.
to you, and just lie to you, like you ain't
Yeah,
answering for
I ain't
nothing.
talking about
He's a fucking
ass
weasel.
motherfuckers that just getting off the steps that just drilling people for a score count. No, I'm despise them motherfuckers because they are talking about people that make critical errors in their lives based on ignorance, based on the lack of knowledge and resources for a person to really to be developed in this world, in this country. You get what I'm saying? Yo, bro. So it's like if I see that those conditions exist in the situation, then for real, in my heart, I be having compassion and empathy for the situation. So I probably just like be paying attention, but they be trying to put us in our trick bag for real. They be trying to put us in our bag, make us diss each other, have us writing long, crazy ass, hated ass letters about each other, and writing these long ass letters about it, killing each other. Like our kids ain't gonna hear this shit 30 years from now, and they ain't gonna document the violentest, like one of the most violent histories in music. Period. 20 years from now, they gonna be looking back on this shit, and people who think this shit cool now, history gonna be looking back at them motherfuckers and be like, yo, they was the like, you get what I'm saying? Like, they have no consciousness of what they putting out now versus what's going to happen later. You get me? So it's like music is at a very dark place. Like, the culture is taking anything. The people is putting out anything. Like, everybody is a goat. Everybody is a lion. Like, I don't even know what's going on at this point, bro. Like, real rap. I don't care for music. I ain't gonna lie. I don't care for anything industry. I don't care. I have no desire for anything mainstream. I really have no, like, wallahi, I have no desire for anything mainstream. Nothing. Not mainstream success, not mainstream money, not a mainstream bitch, not a mainstream car. I don't really care for it because I know that the programming that exists at that level is almost to the point where as though it's virtual, it's slavery in every last form besides the 24-hour incarceration form. They own your image, they own your name, they own your creative process, they own your releasing process, they own everything about what you got going on, and the only thing that you may get in return if you do good business right is compensation on the physical side of things. So I have no desire to be controlled like that because that's just me as a person.
I know you ain't always start like that, or no? Like, I know you ain't always think like that, right?
I always been the same person, bro.
Oh, all right. Because I'm about to ask you what made you start thinking like that, like before. I know you, so you never wanted to be a rapper or nothing, like,
No, I don't even want to rap no more. You gotta listen to my story a little bit. I stopped rapping for 7 years. I'm talking about I ain't pick up a pen or a pad, and people couldn't call me Shady. They only could call me Andre or Sabor, one of the
I
other.
got you. No, look, even before this, look, I'm just saying, my bad, yo. Even before the 7 years, though, Shady, like, when you was rapping, you were just doing it because it was like a hobby, or did you think about going?
I always rap, bro. I always rap since I was a kid. I've been rapping for a long time. And I just always rap because to be the better, because that's how we did. Like, nah, niggas get dressed. Like, in my neighborhood, we rap. We had rap groups. So that
Yeah,
was
like, we box. Where I was from, we, like, that's how niggas think I'm a boxer. Like, no, we box. We put the gloves on. If you say something smart, we put the gloves on.
Yeah,
Kill somebody, put the gloves on.
and where I'm from, we, you know, in my neighborhood, a lot of rappers, that's where they come from, my hood in North. If they don't come from my hood, they gotta come down my hood in some type of way and get validated or stamped.
No, I got you. I just wanted to see where was the growth, like what made you, start
Yeah,
thinking
on my
like.
side of Broad Street, when it come to North Philly, a motherfucker gotta come right there to where I'm from. In between that little cluster, York Street, Cumberland Street, 15th Street, 17th, maybe not now, but when I was coming up and I was running around, when it came to North Philly, I don't give a fuck what part of North Philly you was in, you had to make your way down to the epicenter, to the middle of that motherfucker. You had to make your way down there, and anybody say something different, I call them a liar. But we did this shit on so many. I ain't never desired that because my desire was just always to be the best rapper. I'm a rapper. Like I keep my shit different, my shit authentic. I ain't never desired none of that. I could have did that shit. I could have been booked myself shows. Could have been booked buildings out. Did shows. I could have did virtual shows. I don't feel like all that shit. Like on some real shit, I don't want everybody in my face like that.
Look, that's what I felt with boxing.
What's up, life?
I thought I could handle it. I don't really like that. I don't really like everybody just knowing who I am when I walk up. Like that shit, like it's a little different. You feel me? Because everybody want to be tough with the brick face on. You go in the store, and nigga hard as nails, but he really want to say what's up. At the end, you be like, "What's ain't you the? Yeah, what's up?" Then he start smiling. What's up? I'm like, I hated it. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
I couldn't take it. You pee wrong. Is on Philly scoop ball. I was like, God damn, I can't pee in the alley no more. Like. That shit was different. You sneeze wrong, niggas. You try to eat your meal. I used to go to the gas station. Nigga got my car on the fucking joint because he worked here. Like, nigga, take my fucking car off your Instagram. You feel me? Like, you don't get no privacy once you get a name. I imagine being in the industry. Like, you feel me? Just imagine that limelight.
So that's how I feel. I just get to a point, though. I'm at peace so much with how my life is, how shit rolling for me, that I really literally don't have the desire to allow people to invade my space like that.
My boss, when I worked at Amazon, like this is my first, I can say, a year really working, bro. Like not, you know what I'm saying? Hustling, no like goofy shit, just working. And my man used to ask me every day, even when we was like, it wasn't like we ain't had that much people when we got work. He was like, why you coming here smiling? It's like, but you don't understand where I used to get my money at. You feel me? Like I'm just appreciated to be here. I woke up today. So he just kept asking me every day. I just had it different. I was just happy to be here. The nigga really said, yo, he said, you motivate me, bro. When the times I want to come in, I just think about you walking in with a smile on your face. Like, bro, I just happy to be here. You don't know how much shit I moved. You feel me? Laws went through. I just happy. Even when I got shot, I was cracking up in the hospital. They like, what happened? Why are you smiling? I said, how you get hit in the head? Fuck y'all talking about? Most people come in here, what's it at? Niggas gotta learn how to. You know what drive me crazy? How niggas, they love somebody but don't even love themselves.
You said they don't love themselves?
Yeah, but they be wanting to be in a relationship or love somebody, and they don't even love themselves or know who they self is.
Got a lot of
call them a impulsive liar. I can call it an impulsive lie, but then you would have to derive if somebody does an impulsive lie, are they an impulsive liar?
You can't wordplay your way out of this one. Let's stick to the basics.
There is no
What,
wordplay.
hold
I'm
on, real
saying the
quick.
same
What
thing
is
over and over with no spell.
a
That's why I
liar?
keep saying it over and over.
What is a liar? Someone that tells lies. So if you impulsive
Right.
and you told an impulsive lie, that makes you an impulsive liar. A liar is someone that.
I'm not an entertainer. I'm just a creator. All I'm there to do is just express, which is why I feel like we need to dismantle this need to always be in competition. I will not be putting myself in no competition. I'm not in competition with anybody. That's something they're always trying to do when it comes to artists, and you know, pitting us against each other, that never has helped anybody. And I just be wondering why people just sit and comply with things. All you have to do is say what your requirements are and move in that alignment. So with that being said, I'm just gonna let my flow come out spontaneously however it would like to flow. And through that interaction, now I'm seeing myself more, because I perform a lot, I sing a lot, I do a lot of music in a very luxurious energy. When I make music, I like to be comfortable. Like, I don't care if the most comfortable position is me hanging upside down. That's how I'm gonna do the music. And so this way of planning and envisioning for something to be a certain way, I think that defeats the purpose of art. If you're trying to plan it and, you know, micromanage how it's gonna come out from beginning to end, that's not what the mission is about. So I allow myself to be more in a spontaneous flow. And also we can compare it to the sexual energy that we exhibit when we're tapping in the source, okay? And I keep speaking about this, and if you know, you know, like, there is this chaos energy, dark matter energy, void vortex energy that I feel like creatives and people who are very intuitive can tap into. If you have knowledge, it's not just knowledge of self, it's knowledge of the mind, body, soul, all of that in one. But within the sexual energy, I really understand now that it's not a relationship, and you know, that we're yearning after. It's more so the connection. Okay, it's more so, you know, because we're just electricity, so it's more so that spark that we're always trying to, like, ignite. And the thing is, you can't force a connection, but the thing is, you also cannot expect a connection to just spark on its own. So there's constant, you know, attraction and repelling energy when it comes to this sexual flow that we have to be in. And I say sexual because it's sexual, it's sensual, it is, you know, that is the most, you know, intriguing way to really turn your light codes on, is being in tune with yourself in that way, pleasing yourself, and doing that through your craft. That takes it to another level. So I'm trying to get you to see that realm that artists are in. I'm trying to get you to see that realm in which if we pair that type of energy together, we're creating something newer, something more beautiful. And so this is why I share what I share. I share what I share in hopes of like-minded individuals hearing the call and not just hearing it, but calling to action. Because when I hear a good word, I know when God's speaking to me, and I'm not just going to sit around and allow, you know, a great idea or a great opportunity to pass me. We didn't come here for that. We came here to have the fullest experience of life. So let's celebrate. Let's celebrate right now. Let's throw our own award ceremonies for ourselves. I'll be the first one to do it. Everyone, you know, we all deserve trophies. We all deserve accolades. And it doesn't have to be in this material form. Just saying that you're enough. That's what I'm saying. You have to use these portals. Use this technology. Use everything around you to your advantage. I could be on here, you know, letting social media use me, but I'm not doing that. Use it. Don't let anything use you. Nobody should be able to tell you your truth. And that's why it's so important to be able to break down what your truth is. Break down what your truth is and speak it onto others in the most confident way possible. Practice that. Practice that. These are minor things that if somebody would have told me as a kid, like I already had my own confidence, but if somebody could have sparked that within me, if somebody could have told me that self-esteem was important, having confidence in yourself was important, speaking up for yourself is important, using your own mind and not, you know, allowing the world to poison it is important. These things are important. These things are important to sustain the life that you have here, which is why we cannot ignore this vessel that we're in. I hope somebody's listening. But yeah, I just wanted to get into it a little bit. I'm about to play another song for y'all. So far we've went over silence, empath, and I did want to go over a poem with y'all. So let me skip to the poem really quick, and then we'll go back. Well, and then we'll move forward. So this piece is called Warning. I need a real man. A man that's gonna stick beside me. We in this together. Not behind me, not in front of me. See, when a man really loves me, I'ma know. Because the love I give is gonna keep him coming back. Not running or hiding from me. My love is bold. My love reciprocates. Real love requires action. You can't just say you want me. Where's the action? How you want me, but I only hear from you when I reach out. How you want me? How? Men have a superiority thing about them that keeps them in competition. Give me matriarch love. I'm done with the patriarch. My love is confident. I don't need permission from the world to love you in this way. Why do you? See, the more you love me, the more our love can grow. The less you show it, the more the love decomposes. I want the fullness of your love, and I'm not going to tell you again. This is your only warning. So that's going to be one of the poems that I add to my album. And my language is changing every day. Everything about me is just upgrading. And it's such a responsibility to express that to the people. I see how inspiring it is to just have a role model that can be authentic with you and show up. It's really about that consistency and that work that somebody is actively showing you. You know, we don't get outward expressions of authenticity. Usually authenticity is hidden and shamed and whatnot, but when you're able to stand in your truth, you're unstoppable. And that's how I feel, and that's what I know I am. And that's why I know that I was born to change the world with my music, because I feel even more liberated with the music. I've never felt more liberated in my life. I was gonna wait until I finished a majority of all my songs and dropped a full album for you guys, but I was so eager. And I was so proud of what I had created. And I knew that the world needed to hear it, and there's no point in waiting. There's no point in waiting, because the time is always now. The time is always now. And I just want to keep on connecting and growing with you guys. Like, there's so much we all have to offer. So think about that when you're coming on these platforms, when you're stepping out into the world, even when you're sitting in the space that you're in right now. Like, you have so much more power than you even perceive. We have so much power that we're not even using. We have an unlimited source of energy. Just like we have an unlimited amount of sun and all of these things. These natural resources aren't going to run out. Just like our essence, our energy isn't going to run out. We have to stand firm and strong in that. I will remain in my power. Even as a woman, I can say this strongly, but even as a man, you should be able to say the same, that if you had a role model, if you had somebody you could look up to for real, somebody who you didn't even have to speak to for the wisdom or that you needed, but their actions and their life showed you all the example that you needed to be the best version of yourself. That's how you really break those generational curses. You become your matriarch of the family. You become the medicine that the people around you need. And that's how we create our heaven on earth. That's how we do it. It's not all on your shoulders. It's not all on my shoulders. We're in this together, just like we're in it with the animals. We're in it with nature. We're in it. And we can choose to co-create with the lower dimensional side of things, or we can put more energy into the higher timelines. I've been feeling this way for a while, and I just played the song called Silence, but silence is very necessary in the upcoming days. See, they don't want us to use our voices, which is what they've been attacking. They've been attacking our breath. They've been attacking our speech. They've been attacking our very weapon, our tool that we use to actually create in this reality. But the thing is, we don't have to use these words that they've given us to create. All we need to do is just be. Let your energy speak for you when you walk in the room. That's why you're not going to see me indulging in gossip or even wasting my breath on things that just simply don't matter. Because every word you say is important. You're creating your reality. You think I'm going to waste my breath on some shit that don't matter? No. I'm going to keep my vibe up here, okay? And the people and things you're supposed to attract will attract to you. But these are things that people need to be taught, people need a breakdown on, and we can get into it, but you have to want to save yourself. You have to want that healing. You have to really want it. And you have to know that this journey doesn't end as soon as, it's not like no religious thing where you get baptized and you knew again. Death is a constant cycle. And it's really not death, it's just change. It's just transformation into a new form. And we morph and shape shift and change and adapt all the time. So that means you're dying all the time. And with that death comes a beautiful new rebirth. And you get another chance, you get another day, you get another life. With every breath, you have options. I just want to encourage that. I think people get like flabbergasted when I speak. Like, this is really how I am. I choose to put myself on this top floor because I am. I don't hold myself to lower standards. I don't settle. I know what I want. I'm aware and I can acknowledge that at all times, no matter who is talking to me or who is in the room. And I feel like everyone needs to have that type of autonomy over their lives. That type of autonomy over your life, who could stop you? Nobody can stop you. And that's why we need to be more open to alternative ways of living. I know how it is, feeling like you owe somebody or you're in debt or whatnot, but debt isn't real. All of these things that they keep you in bondage of and say that, you know, you're not certified enough until you get their papers, their degrees and things. What about before we had these institutions, you guys? What about before that? Where do you think this indoctrination came from? Why do you think they're spewing it at only a certain group of people? We have to think about these things, but not only think, we have to act on them. And that's all that I will be doing. And like I say, I'm holding spaces for people to be able to express themselves, because like I said, that's what we came here to do. I'm an artist. I am always going to co-create with the universe, but it's up to you to actually do your part so that we can do what we were called to do here on this earth. I'm done with the isolation and, you know, feeling like I can do it all on my own. Like, if I was meant to do it all on my own, then it wouldn't be a billion other people here on earth with me. Simply. You have to acknowledge these things. And I think we've all been shamed to the point where people are afraid to be open. People are afraid to be honest about what their true intentions are, because we're programmed to not speak our mind. We're programmed to raise our hands and answer a question in a very specific way. And we're programmed to color in between the lines, in the lines. There's a whole structure in place for you to be your inauthentic self. So what are you going to do to reprogram yourself, to deprogram yourself? What are you going to do? The journey starts wherever you want it. You're already on the journey. But you have to put that intention in to ascend. As a healer, I have plenty of love. Plenty of love. I have an abundance of it. And you do too. So, with love being the answer, let's make some more things happen with it. How are we going to build upon this love? You see, because love doesn't have to be loud. Love doesn't have to get the last word. Love can kill. And do it so silently. So how do you use love, that superpower, to co-create with others? This is how. First, you have to be more open. There's been a lot circulating, like social media, saying like, you know, don't tell anybody your plans, you know, keep everything to yourself and don't be open. As somebody who's done that a majority of their lives, I want to say that that's not good advice at all. That's not good advice. See, because if I didn't come on this platform and show y'all what Capri is about, would y'all even know where to find me? I wouldn't even know where to find me. So I had to embark on some level of openness and some level of, you know, just being willing to exchange my energy. And as I put these things out there, we just have to be very conscious of where we're focusing our energy. So I would rather be building with people in real time and making solutions for these things that we're going through. And it's not even any point to bring up like a limitation or a setback or things from the past. Like, we need to move in the present moment, and the present moment is calling for us to be, to allow things to flow in the natural way that it flows. And if you guys have trouble with that, I'm just gonna come on here, and just this state that we're in right now is a meditative one. And instead of allowing people to dim your light, you need to keep on shining. I know it gets hard. I know it gets hard. Sometimes you almost have to be delusionally optimistic. But just know it's not delusional. It just feels that way. It feels that way in the moment, but those feelings will pass. They always do. And you always come out on top and better and more equipped for the next thing. That's power. If we're going to reminisce on anything from the past, you need to be reminiscing on your victories, on the times when you thought you weren't going to make it and you did. Those moments of healing are the moments that need to be celebrated. And those moments get skipped over so quick and lost in the dust. As someone who had to completely strip from what it is society seen as the path that I should go down, whether that be religion, whether that be the educational system, the medical system, any of these systems. Once I stopped subscribing to them and started paying more attention to me, I was able to flow more. I was able to feel better in my body. I was able to actually diagnose what was going on with me spiritually. Because there are no mental issues. And even physical things that happen, we can trace those back to any type of past life type scenario. And that's why it's hard to use this language, because there's so much meanings for every word. And that's why we can't subscribe. We're not subscribing to no labels. We're not subscribing to anything that they try to identify us with. We subscribe with whatever we say we are in this moment right now. And what I am in this moment is empowered. I am love. I am nature. I am one with self. And that's all. You stand 20 toes down on that. Don't allow your brain to trick you and the matrix to manipulate your mind into putting yourself in this box that was created for you. You have to step outside of the box. That's why I'm so excited and grateful that that's the first song that I dropped, because the world really needed that song that I just dropped. Because if you really break down the words that I speak about when I talk, it's beyond this feeling that the music gives you. See, when I'm talking about being out of body, let me explain to you how I was articulating this earlier in my mind. So in the moment where somebody's asking you a question, for example, and you're conjuring up a thought to spew back out to them, that's the process of letting your brain essentially think for you. But so that is an out of body experience. But see, when I consciously put the effort in to take in specific information and tune into my inner being before I make a response, that very energy is the out of body experience as well. See, we can travel, we can meditate, we can do a lot of things outside of this body while we're in it, though. And that's why I try to explain this in my music. If you allow the flow of the universe to just be, and you stop trying to micromanage and plan and conjure up this thought of how things should go, then that's when the universe will just flow in this, and then we call it things like favor and a blessing and a miracle. But these things are happening all the time. You just have to be attuned to the frequency to be able to receive it. So in this moment right now, just stating that I'm grateful for the present moment is going to allow me, my subconscious, my superconscious, and my conscious body to be able to tune into what exactly it is I'm grateful for, what I'm seeing with these eyes and beyond with my third eye. It will all connect once you're able to articulate these things. But it's just a process, and it all works together. And that's why I can't wait to share all this music I have with you guys, because it'll really be like your own therapy session, because I know it is for me. just doing music alone, it's allowed me to be able to evolve within myself and to be even more confident about my purpose and what it is I came here to do. And I feel like through me tapping into this sense of self, I'm able to realize and identify versus giving to me without having to look it up on Google. Like, I can just tune into my body and know what type of feeling this is, what type of moment this is, what type of energy this is. And when you break things down on that spectrum, I'm able to get to the results. I'm able to get to the nitty-gritty. And that's what we're on. That's what we're on. And so I just wanted to come on here and share more with y'all and encourage y'all to actually put into this great genius work that we're doing right now. We are documenting genius. We are creating the future. And we're creating a world where we want to bring children into this world. Because the route it's going, we want the children to be set and safe. And for them to be safe, we need to make sure we're safe. Make sure we're secure. Make sure we have all of our needs met. So if you don't articulate anything else, articulate exactly what it is that you need and stop allowing your brain to trick you. As soon as you're focusing on one thought and it goes to something else that isn't even aiding to what you're talking about, you have to question yourself. You have to question yourself. Am I getting to the root of this, or am I just making more excuses? Am I talking myself in circles? And then you have to check others when they do it to you. It's not just you doing it to you. Now your environment is going to reflect it back to you. And now you have to face yourself once again. So you might as well face yourself when you're alone. Because all the world is going to do is reflect it back to you. And that's why it's important to do your own work. It's important to create a sacred spiritual practice for yourself, a good routine on how you're going to be your best self. That's all spirituality is. That's all being spiritual is, being in tune with self and being the best that you can be. Yeah, there are darker sides and ways to alchemize darker energy and other spectrums of it. And that's all energy. It's all power that you possess. So it's about what you're going to do with it. That's why we can't label anybody or judge anybody. You don't know them. Nobody knows anybody. You only know yourself. Until we're able to actually do telepathy and not use this language, you don't know anybody. You think you know them until they show you a different side or different colors. And now you gotta take it for, the being that they're presenting in front of you. Can't go off of what somebody was showing you yesterday. Yesterday don't got nothing to do with right now. That's how we create our safety. That's how we create our security. We need to be vetting people out. Anybody who wants to come in our energy. I don't care if it's a fly. You let it know that it's in your personal space and that you will like XYZ questions answered so that you can make sure that you're accommodated and taken care of first and foremost. Before the energy gets anywhere, we allow energy to just linger around us, good or bad, and then we have the nerve to judge and label and point the finger. when some shit goes down. Like, no, address the energy as it comes to you. You've been allowing the energy to sit around you and sit in your energy for so long, and now you're coming and saying that it's a problem. No, we know it's off when we're going into these jobs. Yeah, you're still clocking in. You have to at least not acknowledge that these things are natural to you. It's not natural to your mission. If I could sit on here and just make music and talk to y'all and do it like that and create, that's what I'm supposed to do, and branch out from there. And now I have to create a space where artists can bypass using the system at all, and we can start getting our accommodations for all the work and everything we're putting out. All these, monumental people in art and music, and all you hear is they never got their flowers. All you hear is, they got famous after they died or whatnot. Well, we're fighting that algorithm because we know that we are the stars. Every single one of us are the stars, and we are the influencers. We are. And that's something that you need to say out loud. You need to say that out loud to yourself and to the world. It's not about influencing. You are your own influencer. You are the trend. And the thing that's so trendy about you is you're never going to be a fad. You're never going to run out of style. Not as long as you have breath and your heart is pumping in this vessel. You have a purpose here. And it's your choice, your decision, your actions, your words, your intention, the work that you've done up until this point that is going to be able to reflect that for you. And if you're aligned with my energy, that says a lot, and I'm grateful for your energy. And I tell people this, anybody who wants to be close with me or whatnot, like, I don't really worry about the external or, how somebody's going to feel about what I'm saying or how it's coming off, because I can't ignore how I feel. Validating your emotions is very important. So when I come in these interactions with people and people want to work with me, people want to be around me, it's like, okay, what do you have to bring to the table? What is your vision in the world? What do you have to offer? Because I know what I bring to the table, and I'm going to actively do that. And you have to keep checking in with people. You have to keep checking in with people around you.